Hello, welcome. So let's define comparison traps. This is a vicious cycle of measuring your own success, worth, or happiness against others. It's the Tea List Queen. Welcome to the Tea List. This episode, we will be discussing comparison traps. So now that we define comparison traps, let's go ahead and understand why they happen. Today, I'm going to discuss 3 particular whys. The first one is evolutionary roots. So humans are wired to compare for survival and belonging. Take our school system, for example. We are ranked based on our grades. So we're not even looking at the person as an individual based on their personality, how they act. We only care about their grades. And we're then teaching our kids to compare each other, to compete, to be the best. Even in sports, we have to fight to see who wins. So it is in us to compare ourselves. Next is social media. Social media to me is the devil, but it highlights lifestyles and the pressure to keep up with those lifestyles. Next is, the last one is societal expectations. Cultural norms that equate value with productivity, beauty, or material success. So if you see someone driving a G-Wagon and you're here driving a 1980 Toyota car, you might compare like, wow, why can't I get that G-Wagon? Or beauty, it's always been a thing that a woman must have small waist, big boobs, big butt, nice hair, skin on point, always looking right and snatched for the gods. So then you might compare yourself like, I don't look like that. What's wrong with me? And, with comparison traps, there are negative effects. Your mental health. With comparing yourself, you might cause increased anxiety, low self-esteem, and even depression. So with low self-esteem, for example, you might sit there and feel like, I am a size 14. I don't look as great as this girl who's a size 6. No man's gonna want me. You're putting yourself down with low self-esteem. Another is physical impact. Stress from feeling inadequate can lead to burnout. So let's try to change the mindset of how we feel, because we don't want to burn ourselves out physically, because like I mentioned before, your mental and your physical go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Another is stalling your personal growth. You're so busy focusing on others' achievements, you often lead to neglecting your own goals. You're too busy focusing on how this person is getting married, but then you're not focusing on how you two can get into a relationship. Or you're focusing on their education. Oh my God, this person graduated from school. You're too busy focusing on that instead of figuring out what your plan is to choose a program and finish school. Another is strained relationships. So with comparison traps, it can lead to jealousy or resentment towards your friends and family. So we have to really think about those things too. And there are factors that you can use to recognize when you are in that trap. The factors that you can use to recognize when you are in those traps is, for example, constantly scrolling down social media and feeling less than. When you compare your milestones, oh wow, they're so ahead in their career. Why am I not? Feeling like nothing you do is enough. No matter what I do, I can never be as good as Beyonce. For example, I'm sorry, that was just the only person that could come to my mind at this moment. I'm sorry, I'm very under the weather today, so I am drinking my tea. Another factor is envy that leads to self-criticism or bitterness. When you're always critiquing yourself, you're so hard on yourself. You gotta just ease up, When you recognize these things, make a conscientious effort to change it. And there are strategies to break free, and I'm going to give them to you now. Hopefully you can take them and work on it. Celebrate your own journey. Everything happens for a reason. Your time is your time. I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about my personal experiences with comparison traps. For example, so I had started out in Penn State for school, and it wasn't for me, so I went and I transferred. And because of that, not all my credits transferred from Penn State to Brooklyn College. So I ended up delaying my graduation. And because of that, like, I would be on social media, right? And I'll see my friends graduating. You know, I've gone to a few of their graduations and I felt like shit. Low self-esteem. And I just felt less than. Like, nobody's gonna even talk to me. I have no degree. What the hell's wrong? You know, I hate this for myself. I mean, I'm happy they graduated, but what about me? Why did I even make this decision to even leave Penn State? I started regretting it, having a mental breakdown. I even at some point couldn't even go on social media that summer because I hated to see everyone graduating, partying, celebrating their graduation. So celebrate your own journey. Of course, I graduated a year later, and I came to terms with it that it wasn't my time. Turn envy into inspiration. Make that jealousy push something in you to do something that you want to do for yourself. Damn, she looks snatched. I'm gonna go do something for myself and get myself snatched for me. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm going to drink water. Change the mindset, okay? Practice gratitude. Focus on what you have rather than what you lack. I'm just gonna give you an example. Before, I used to say, I want a relationship like X and Y. I wish I had the money this person has. Now, I don't say that. Because, for example, I don't know what these people are going through in their marriage. What if they're facing infidelity issues and I'm already here with a kid? You know, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. Yeah, that person may have millions of dollars, but who's really in that person's corner? Are the people around them there just for money? Is that person lonely? Do they have a life besides just flashing it on social media? So never try to compare yourself to somebody else. You don't know what they go through. I'll use me as an example. I lost a substantial amount of weight, right? Someone may look at me and say, wow, I wish I could look like her. I'm not saying it's happening, but I'm telling you that you don't want to do that. You don't know what happened to me that caused this. I was very sick. Not really going to go into details about what happened, but that's what caused my weight loss. Most of it. I mean, I was going through my weight loss journey, but this just added it quickly. And what I went through, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So you see me today is because God helped me through. So never look at somebody and wish you had their life. You don't know the struggles and pain they've gone through. Reframe your social media use by curating your feed. I am going to encourage you to curate your feed. Again, I'm going to say it again. Curate your feed. Unfollow accounts that do not serve you. If you're seeing people traveling left, right, and center, unfollow. I'm telling you, don't believe the hype. This person could have posted that they were at the Louis store, but did they buy anything at the Louis store? You know, social media is just a game. You know, people are not going to post their struggles online. You know, if you look at my account, there's no history, there's no photo indicating that I was in the hospital. You'll see happy times on social media. So I'm here to tell you that it's not always the best. Limit your screen time. You're probably like, huh? Screen time is for kids. No, it's not just for kids, it's for adults too. Get off the phone. The phone sometimes can be your worst enemy. Just close it. Sometimes you don't need to see that this person, while this person's having a baby again with her husband, why is it not happening for me? Everything happens on its time. Again, you may see that person with their husband, but you don't know the struggles they go through in their marriage. So never compare yourself to somebody else. Your journey is your journey. Set personal goals for yourself. Like I mentioned in my last podcast, set real expectations for yourself that you can accomplish. and actually follow through, Don't just set the goals and don't do it. That makes no sense. So if your goal is, you know what, I want to get another degree, think it through. Look up the programs, do your work, and figure out how it's going to work for you. I'll never forget, I had gone to Puerto Rico with my friends. I think it was September of 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong, Portia. I don't remember. I know you're going to be in the comments commenting, but just let me know. I think it was September. Actually, let me look on my social media, because of course I have my vacations on there. You won't see my struggles though. Yeah, it was 2021. I'm going to share a photo of how I looked back then. And I hated the way I looked. I mean, I'm with these girls who are significantly smaller than me, and I'm the biggest one, right? I felt less than. I was very insecure with my weight, how I looked. Yeah, I'd smile in front of them, but like deep down, I hated my outfits. I hate going to the beach or the pool because putting on my swimsuit. I'll never forget, we went to the beach in Puerto Rico and bumped into some guys that were basketball players, and I hated my body. I was like, they're probably laughing at me, thinking how big I am. So you know what I did? I set personal goals for myself. I was like, when you get out of this, you're gonna go meet with a nutritionist, you're gonna work out, you're gonna change the way you look. And I damn sure did. So I will show a picture of that as well. And then another thing is practicing self-comparison. Compare yourself to you. Speak to yourself as you would speak to a close friend. Remind yourself of your achievements and strengths. So I may not have all the money in the world, but I damn sure have all the support that I can get. Not a lot of people can say they have support. So think about that. Although I didn't graduate at the same time as them, I do have my degree, So start thinking that way. Change the way you think. The benefits of breaking free, it's number one, your mental health. You get a greater self-esteem and reduced anxiety. So you're not anxious when you're going out with a group of people because you feel like, wow, everyone's gonna look at me and say I'm the fat one out of the group. Going out should not be something that you're anxious about. I'm telling you, I used to really hate having to put clothes on me. I felt disgusting. No man's gonna want me. And I had to really do a talk with myself and say, Talia, instead of complaining about it, do something about it. And I did. The next one is stronger focus. So stronger focus, more time to invest in your own goals and passions. When you're not too busy comparing yourself to others, you do what makes you happy. At some point I stopped looking at everyone else's weight and I started focusing on myself and what would make me happy. I stopped comparing, oh, I'm not married, but I have a child. Listen, I don't know anybody's struggle in their marriage. I know that I have my child and I'm happy with the way things happen. Yes, there was some pain and struggle, but I got what I wanted at the end of the day. There are people out here looking at me like, wow, she has a kid, what's wrong with me? I'm not saying it's happening, I'm just giving you an example. You don't know the struggles and pain that I endured having this child. Like I mentioned before, I went through miscarriages. Wasn't easy. So never wish and hope to have someone's life. You don't know what happens behind closed doors. Social media is a facade. People post the good things, not the bad. Just remember that. Another benefit is deeper relationships. When you stop comparing yourself, you're able to have less resentment and more genuine connections with others. After coming to that realization about, for example, marriage, I've gone to be very genuinely happy for my friends that are getting engaged, that are married. Because honestly, it's not my journey. My journey is what I have. I'm blessed with what I have. I had to go through some things in order to be the person that I am today. So, you need people like that are not jealous of you, that are genuinely happy. And there are not a lot of people out there like that. But, just try not to compare or put pressure on yourself. Like, Why am I not married yet? Why don't I have a kid yet? Your time will come. If it's meant for you, it will be for you. I invite you guys to submit your own comparison traps, your stories, and any questions you have for me. I'm gonna recommend some books in the description for you guys to read. Maybe start journaling your accomplishments, set goals, and then look back at them and see that you have accomplished them. Another tip I'm going to give you guys are affirmations that I want you to adopt in your life. Write them down on a sticky note, put them on a mirror, somewhere where you're going to remember it so that you can manifest positive energy for you. The first one is, I am on my path and it's the right one for me. Accept your journey as your journey. And I'll put them in the descriptions as well so you don't forget it. Second one is, someone else's success does not diminish mine. So because this person accomplished their goals and they're a millionaire, that does not diminish my success and what I have accomplished. Okay? So today I encourage you guys to take one step to free yourself from comparison. Start journaling or reading the books that I'm going to recommend for you guys. Take time off social media. There's a lot of pressure that goes on with that. You know, we have to try to change the way we think. Someone else's journey is not your journey. Another thing I want to encourage you to do is also unfollowing an account that doesn't serve you. I want to thank you guys for joining in today. Sorry, I am under the weather. My son definitely got me sick. That's why I'm drinking my tea. I know you guys like my cup. All right, let me stop. So thank you for joining. Stay tuned. Oh, and by the way, this is going to be my last video with myself for the year. The next few episodes will be with my special guests. I am so excited. I hope you guys found this episode inspirational, motivational. Thank you for tuning in. You stay safe, and we'll see each other next year. Bye. One more thing before I forget. Anybody that wants to share this story, talk to me, come on the podcast. My email is tlistqueen@thelist.com. Feel free to reach out to me. Yes, this is my little baby. He's not feeling well. That's why I'm sick. And right now, all he wants to do is be on me. But yes, so please reach out. My website is thelist.com. I will put all of this in the description. Again, shout out to my sister Ryan for the edits, the visuals. You did your thing, girl. Again, stay safe, enjoy. See you guys next year. Bye.